What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. If you don't know who I am, that means you're new. I'm Mark. What's good with y'all? Go check out my other videos. Check them out. Check them out. But first, stay on this one. So, this video, I just came up with the idea not too long ago, but honestly, I think it's still something that's pretty, not like educational important, but important to talk about, So, 3 things to do if the ATF comes to your door. So some of y'all might be wondering, oh, is this video satire? What is this? I'm being 100% serious. 150% serious. So let's get right into it. There's no beating around the bush. So let's say, one day you're hanging out at home, you get a knock on the door, ring on your doorbell, whatever. You go and check your doorbell camera. Maybe you have cameras outside like I do. All right. And you see some ATF agents. Now you're wondering in your head, okay, what could I have done wrong? I'm a good law-abiding citizen. You know what I mean? So what do I do from here? All right. So first things first, you tell your wife, your children, your dogs to get the hell away. Just go into a room and just chill there. Hang out there. Don't have them be in the way, as the ATF is known for killing women, children, and dogs. It's like their bread and butter. Like, come on. Be smart about it here. Don't sit here and be like, oh, yeah, go, hide. Make it like a big deal or nothing. You're going to make it seem like you're hiding illegals or something to them. You need to just sit there and be like, hey, y'all go chill in this room while I handle this. That is a big deal right there. They don't need to be involved in the situation. They don't need to be a casualty because an ATF agent decides to just freak out because he sees a golden retriever. But moving on from that, that's number one. That's a pretty important rule in my opinion. Making sure that the wife, the children, and the dogs don't get killed by the ATF, which is something they have been, historically speaking, known to do. I think that's pretty important. But number two, you demand to see a warrant. Now, if you have cameras, outside that you can check, you can simply have them, show the warrant to the camera. You can check it out yourself through there without ever having to open the door. So that's always good. That's a big deal. Now, if you don't have cameras, of course, you're going to have to open the door. You're going to have to sit there and speak to them and demand the warrant because in the end, they can't come and search your house without a warrant. That is how law enforcement agencies work. We do have the Fourth Amendment still. So, with that being the case, you sit here and demand to see a warrant for any searching. That's just how it works here. If you want to sit here and search my property as a law enforcement agency, you need to have a warrant. Have I done anything wrong that I need to hide? No, but I also have rights. I have the Fourth Amendment right against illegal search and seizures. Without a warrant, that search is illegal. Moving on. Now, once you demand that warrant, whether they have one or not is a whole nother situation. They don't have one. You tell them, well, it sounds like you have no business here. You need to leave. Goodbye. And then you go about your day. They go about their day. That's a pretty straightforward, simple answer. Next, if they do have a warrant, you're going to have to deal with it. You're going to have to say, okay, well, here's the case. That way there's no surprise here. In this room is my wife, children, and dogs. I'm sure you're going to want to go in there, but do not be surprised that they are there. They're unarmed. There's nothing in there that can be an issue. You're still going to be very nervous, obviously, because the ATF is known for killing women, children, and dogs. But hey, Now, I do want to point this out, as I've said in several other videos, because I'm sure for some reason somebody somewhere in this country is going to take this as legal advice. I am not a lawyer. However, is anything I'm telling you going to get you in trouble? Not that I can see. Once again, I'm not a lawyer. So, moving on though, if they have a warrant, they are going to search your place. That's just how it works. That part is very much so obvious, but at least you demanded the warrant. And then, last but not least, if they do have a warrant is where step number 3 takes place. It's an optional step because if they don't have the warrant, you don't got to worry about step number 3. Number 3, shut the hell up. Be quiet. You don't have to answer their questions. You really don't. Oh, did you buy this gun? What about it? Oh, do you still have it? Is that your concern? You don't have to sit there and answer their questions. I'm not saying be petty about it. I'm not saying cause an issue to sit here and just make a scene. However, what I am 100% saying is that you do have the right to remain silent. You do have the right to sit here and not give them every detail if you don't want to. Because the truth of the matter is that unless you are suspected of a crime or there is a legitimate crime that has taken place, you not telling them everything is not illegal because it's not all their business. That's the truth of the matter here. If I sit there and, let's say buy 2 or 3 suppressors, right? ATF comes to my door. Do you have all these suppressors still? I bought them, didn't I? What else do you want from me here? Is there a crime that's been committed? Like, the only way they're going to be able to do anything to you as far as searching your property is if they have a warrant. If they don't have a warrant, you don't even have to worry about being quiet. You really don't. You can sit here and just say, yeah, well, you don't have a warrant. There's nothing you can be doing here. You got to go. Goodbye. And some people might not like that idea, but that is the 100% truth, is that if they have a warrant, you can shut the hell up. You can answer their questions with the most non-detailed answers possible. Don't lie. Don't lie. I'll tell you guys that right now. Do not lie, because that is another charge right there. Because technically speaking, if there is a real investigation going on that is based off is with some form of legal basis, I guess you could say, then lying would simply just be I can't think of the word now for the life of me. What the hell? Obstruction. There we are. Sorry. I don't know why that word just left my mind there, but that would fall under obstruction. So no, do not go out of your way to try to, obstruct or, mess with their investigation if there's a legitimate investigation going on. However, if their investigation is solely based off tyranny, there's no legal basis to it, then I don't see a reason why you have to sit there and when they ask you, oh yeah, did you buy these suppressors? Yeah, I bought them this date at this exact time. They're over here in my closet right there. You want me to go grab them for you? You don't need to do all that. You can shut the hell up. If you want to answer, you don't have to answer and give every single detail. Because guess what? When you sit there and talk too much, whether you know it or not, the ATF isn't your friend. They're not there to just talk to you and take a look at your suppressors and be like, wow, this is cool stuff, man. They're not your friend. They want to talk to you. They want to see all this stuff, because if you say anything that they feel is illegal, when it comes to a tyrannical agency like the ATF in particular, that is a law enforcement agency, but somehow has the power to make rules that carry the weight and the punishment of laws, which makes no sense to me, then maybe you shouldn't be sitting there talking to them that much, is my entire point. I think that's the best way to say it, actually. So while you don't need to obstruct their investigation, because if there is a legitimate investigation that is happening, an investigation that comes from a somewhat legal base, then yeah, you know what I mean? You would be obstructing if you're sitting there trying to go out of your way to, no, you don't need to do that. You just don't need to answer them with every single detail. Oh yeah, you bought these suppressors? Yeah, I bought them on August 12th at 8:35 p.m. on, it was a Tuesday. It was a rainy night. I remember I smelled the rain. You don't need to do all that. That doesn't make sense. There's no reason to do all that. And yes, I'm more than aware there's probably going to be somebody that's like, oh, what place are you going to that's selling suppressors at 8:30 p.m.? That's just a time that came off the top of my head. But with that being said, I think that about wraps up for this video. I thought this was a neat little video that, when it came to my mind, I thought it was important to talk about. Because one, think about it like this, guys. Beyond just the aspect of you have the right to, want to keep your family safe, which pretty much goes with the Second Amendment as well. But I would argue that if the ATF is at your door, keeping your family just in a separate room so that way they're not having any part to do with it, I would 100% argue that's keeping them safe. So technically speaking, doesn't fall under an amendment on that one, but still, regardless, if they don't have a warrant, don't let them in. Fourth Amendment, and last but not least, you have the Fifth Amendment. You can shut the hell up too. Now, once again, I think that about wraps it up for this video. Go ahead and comment your thoughts down below, whether or not you agree or disagree with me on these, whether or not you agree or disagree with one of them, all of them, what it is, and why not. With that being said, y'all make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that bell. When you hit that bell, hit all, and whether or not you agree with me, make sure to check out all my other videos. Y'all make sure to stay legal, stay safe, stay dangerous. Have a good one, y'all. Peace.